by the title, you could probably tell. Oh, let me get my microphone so you can hear me. So you could probably tell from the the title that um, I quit my job. I did that yesterday, and I'm so happy that I did because I just felt like I had reached my breaking point. There was no way that I could continue on. I'm thinking, look, it's looking like maybe this is a little too bright, so I'm just going to adjust my settings a little bit. Um, Maybe if I do this, oh no, is that too? Okay, I'm gonna close my window because it looks good on my phone, but it looks bad on here. Okay, so here's the deal, and I've got my monitor over here, so I'm kind of looking at that to make sure it still looks okay. But hopefully, your week was not as crappy as my week was. So, okay, if you saw my last live, I've kind of been like on the fence on whether or not I like this job. And really, I did not like the job. I like accounting, but I did not like my situation. Where I work is very nice. It's beautiful. It's prestigious. It was really a blessing that I got the job. So it was a great experience. My problem was my toxic boss. I probably would have stayed if my boss wasn't so weird and toxic. But it just got to be to the point where she was lying on me. And I'm like, I'm not even going to fight this and try to get my story out there and to correct the record because I didn't even want the job and it wasn't really worth the fight. So I just went in yesterday morning with my husband really early. And let me just tell you, my husband kind of surprised me. My husband was like a ride or die. He came with the gloves, with the moving boxes, with everything that was in my office. He came and we cleared that office out in like a 4.2 seconds. Okay, we just got it all done. It clean, everything was taken out of the office, and I rolled out. I threw my resignation letter on my boss's desk. I put one under the CEO's door, and I was out and so relieved that I don't ever have to go back to that place ever again. So I'm just very happy. The people there were nice. The people there were really helpful and supportive, but it was just my boss. She was just so weird. And I ignored I mean, they were like screaming red flags before I even like accepted the position. So when I applied for the job, not thinking I would really get the job, I just was being nosy. So I didn't want the job in the first place. I just wanted to see. Okay, I just wanted to get in there, see what they had going on, ask a few questions, and that'd be that, right? But it turned out they liked me and they hired me fast. That should have been my first red flag. Was that, well, actually, my second. They hired me too fast. Why did they hire me so fast? Because then that tells me that it's hard to get someone in there and to keep someone. So when I interviewed with my boss, my first red flag should have been she didn't ask me hardly any questions at all. She didn't really seem like she wanted to know about me. She talked about herself the entire time and what she does. Oh, I get up at 4 a.m. and I do this and I do that. And I'm like, 4 a.m.? Second red flag. You get up at 4 a.m. to do your job? Okay, then that means you expect everybody else to just, sorry about the noise. My husband is, I don't know what he's doing. I think he's cleaning the patio for us for the spring setup. But if someone brags about getting up at 4 a.m. to do their job, It's because they have no life. They don't have loved ones, they don't have friends, they don't have a life. All they do is work, and they expect other people to be the same way. Well, I'm a human being. I have a family. I have my dad I take care of. My husband, I like to be with him. We do things together. We love life. So everything in my life is not all about work. If it is for you, that's your thing. I get it. But for me, I like to enjoy all the things. So that should have been like my second or third red flag. Then when I got home, I started, oh, she wanted me to come back for a second interview. She said, oh, can you come back for a second interview? I'm like, sure. So that would have been that following Monday. So I went to the second interview, and the people that worked closest with her were the people in there interviewing me. Um, and the employees, the direct reports to her, nobody said anything nice about her. Nobody, well, no one said anything ugly either. No one said anything bad about her, but no one said anything good about her either. So that should have told me that, because if when I work for someone that I love, I could not stop talking about how much I love my boss. These people didn't say a thing about her. That should have clued me in, but it didn't. So when I started the job, and she was giving me like kind of like showing me around and introducing me and all of that stuff, like a couple of days later, we were having a meeting, and the meeting is huge, and a lot of things you have to drive to it to get to it. And it's not like there's signs where you go, oh, there it is. They don't have real good signage. They don't have maps that they give new employees. You just kind of have to know where it is. And even if you find it, you you have to park in some weird place. So you park, and then you're walking for like 2 or 3 blocks through this maze. Like, it's hard, okay? It's not like you find it on Google Maps and you just drive to it. So we were supposed to attend this meeting, but I thought it was going to be like a Teams meeting, but it was an in-person meeting. And so I look at my clock and I'm, oh, when's the Teams meeting? And I couldn't find the link for the Teams meeting, right? So thank God, one of the coworkers that was going to go to the meeting says, "Hey Angie, would you like a ride over to the meeting?" I'm like, "A ride? I thought it was a team." She's like, "No, it's in person." We drive there. We get there. Guess whose ass is sitting up there looking like my boss? My boss is already there. Mind you, my boss's office was right next to mine. She would have to walk past my office to get to her car. And do you think she thought, hmm, maybe I should ask the new girl if she would like a ride to this place where there's no signage and there's no indication of where it's at? No, she didn't. So that should have been another red, which it was a red flag. I'm like, uh-oh, this lady is weird. How do you walk past somebody's office and you go to a meeting and they're your new direct report? And the way like the CFO and the controller work together, we're supposed to be like this, okay? Hand in hand, partners, supporting each other. And she was not about that at all. So like things got a little bit better. Like for me, I don't have to be your friend. I'm just there to do my job. I don't need the friends. I got friends at home. I don't need my coworkers to be my friend. That's just how I operate. But so it doesn't bother me that much. But my problem was she was never around. She was always in meetings. I was there for 5 months, and she only gave me one thing to do, which only took like 2 days to do it every month. She didn't give me any direction. She didn't give me any assignments, nothing for 5 months. And I would just, for me, I wouldn't just sit there and take a check. I would make things up for me to do. Like I would, coach the staff. I'd put these new things in place. But the thing was, she didn't want me really to have authority to do stuff. So she would like micromanage whatever I was doing. She would try to like control everything. So it just made me feel like I didn't have the power to really do the things I was doing, but I saw that they needed to be done because, quite frankly, she was in that position before she got promoted. It was a mess. She, I'm not going to say all the details, okay? I will keep that private, but no, a good accountant would never, and I'm a good accountant, but I've audited hundreds of companies. I've been around the block. I've got over 20 years experience. Never. Let's just say that. Okay. So um, I went to her and I'm like, I think I should probably quit. I'm going to put in my notice. I'll get you through the audit. I'll do all the stuff. I'll help you with that. But after that, I'm leaving. I'm quitting. So she gave me a little fake, oh no, oh no. I'm like, I know you do not want me to work here. And like I've caught her like looking at me. You know how you can feel someone looking at you? I've caught her looking at me and she's like this. She always had that look on her face, like all the time in her regular conversation, just always. I don't know what her problem is. So anyway, she gave me a little fake oh no. Um, and then I just kind of left it at that, right? And I was like, well, you guys really seem to have it together. I've been here so many months. You don't include me in on things. You leave me out of things. You're basically managing my team. Like they directly report to me, but they come to you for all the questions and all the things. You make decisions. You don't include me. So it's like, you guys got it. You don't need me here. And I did not want to be there anyway. So like a week and a half into my 3-week notice, she comes by. She sits in my chair. Okay, what do you want? I'm like, what do you mean? She says, what will it take for you to stay? What do you want? Do you want to work from home 2 days a week? Do you want this, that, the other? I was like, okay, well, let me think about it. I'll get back to you. She's, yeah, because I haven't told the CEO yet, and I just want to see if you'd want to stay. So I took an overnight. I thought about it, and I was like, okay, because I'm too nice, I said, okay, I'm going to stay. I'm going to do this. So because the audit was going on, I was very busy. I didn't want to work from home because I wanted to interact with my team and make sure things were getting done and just be on site. And when the auditors were there, I didn't want to be away. I want to be there with them to answer questions, whatever. She came into my office. She's like, so when are you going to go work from home? And I'm like, well, probably not this week because the auditors are here. No, you should do it because if it was me, if I was allowed to do that, I would do that. I would definitely. And I'm like, well, I'm busy. I want to be here with the team. No, you should do it because if I was you, if I was allowed to do that, I would do it. Jealousy. She wanted to be able to work from home and she couldn't, but I could. She's the one that offered it. I didn't say anything about that. I just wanted out. I didn't need to work from home. I wanted to not be there, period. Period. So I'm like, well, okay, I'll work from home. I'll do it tomorrow then. And she's like, yeah, because we just need to get with the times. We can do everything on Teams. People just need to get over it and we can just do everything on Teams. Anything that needs to be done, we can get on a Teams call. We can have a Teams meeting, blah, blah, blah. She just kept saying that. I'm like, okay, I'm going to work from home. Relax. So everything worked out fine. And I told her that it was a big help because sometimes my dad needed things and it was helpful for me to be able to work from home, whatever. So fast forward all that. So that was a few weeks ago. I knocked out the audit. By the way, I had knocked out the audit faster than she did the prior year. Even with that mess she left me, I had to recreate so many things and I handled that. I mean, I had my team with me that I could assign things to, but for the most part, none of us had any part because she never trained her staff, so they didn't know what was going on. I was new, so I kind of knew what was going on. And she says, you've only been here like 6 months and you were able to get through this audit really. I thought you might be in here asking me questions, but you were able to get through it on your own. You didn't need my help. You figured it out. She's, I don't even think I could do that. So I guess what she thought was that she had hired a little, but when she found out I wasn't a dummy and that I was also smart and that I could also do accounting and run circles around her in the short period of time that I was able to do that, I guess she felt threatened. But for me, I don't want her damn job. Like her job is miserable. Like why would I want that? Like I didn't want her job. My job was to do my job, make her look good, and go home and be with my husband. Okay, that in my mind, that's what my job was. Okay, in her mind, she felt threatened because they really put her through the ringer to get that job. I don't think they really wanted her as the CFO. Like they tried to go and find some people, and they really could, so they settled on her. So I think she probably felt a little threatened that I could come in there without her guidance, which I think was on purpose. And I was able to run circles around her, and maybe there's some jealousy in there because, in my opinion, she's got kind of a sad life, if I'm really being honest. So maybe that's what was happening in her mind, but it just got to be too much. She basically wrote me this long, ugly email, and half of it was lies. When I got like the first lie, I was like, that's not true. The second lie, I was like, that's not true. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not reading this mess. I'm like, I'm just going to quit. I went in that next morning and I just cleaned my office out. And here I am. And I feel so free. I feel like I can breathe. I'm done with that toxicity. I just like I just like to do accounting. I just like to do my best. I love making things come together. I love making things easy. I love training people. I don't want to deal with the toxicity. So I was making really good money at that place. So what do I do for money now? I don't know yet. I think time will tell. I want to take my time. I want to search out for things that make my heart sing. I want to just rest. I want to catch up on the things I've been putting off because I would be in the office all the time. So I just want the mental break, and I want to find something that I can do. I want to work for someone who sees me as a partner, not a threat. I want to work with someone who's respectful, who has integrity, someone who is not a liar. Because I've been really lucky my whole career. I've always worked with smart people, really like phenomenally like brilliant people, like super smart, and people with integrity and people that believe in doing the right thing even when no one's looking, who who wouldn't talk behind. And that's the other thing, I didn't feel like I could trust her because she talked crap about everybody. And I'm like, damn girl, do you like anybody here? She talked so much crap about people behind their backs, and she would smile in their face. And I'm like, if that's so, I've always been on the lookout for her because, they say a dog that will bring a bone will carry a bone. So she may come to me to talk about people, but I'm sure she's going to other people talking about me. And I don't like that stuff. We're adults. You don't have to backstab people, or talk about them, or lie on them to make yourself seem better, or to somehow vindicate yourself and show how smart you are. If you're smart, if you have your stuff together, you don't have to do that to other people just to feel good about yourself. I mean, that's a really sad life. Um, but for anyone to have a sad, pathetic life, she would be deserving of it, I would say. So she has the life that she puts out there. So I'm happy about that. No, I'm not happy that people are miserable, but what you put out there is what you're going to get back. If you're putting out rotten crap, you're going to have a rotten crap life. You cannot put that out there and think, oh, all good things are going to come to me. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. If you're putting good things out there, if you're doing the right thing by people, you're caring about people, you're respecting them, you're trying to be empathetic, you're just being honest and just a good person. That's going to come. And I'm not saying nothing bad will ever come your way, but overall, good things will come to you. Light will shine on you. And you won't be sitting there looking at people like, I used to hate that. I used to want to smack that stupid look off her face. Always turn up. So I never have to look at that ugly ass face anymore. And it was ugly even without that look on her face, but I digress. I'm just glad I don't have to deal with that anymore. So hopefully I will see you tomorrow. That is why I did not go live yesterday, which kind of messed up my track record of going live every day this week, but I had a very good reason. But I will try to keep up a little bit more consistent several times a week. I can keep that goal up. And I just love seeing you here. Oh, let me put my glasses on because I don't even know if you're talking to me in here because I can't see. All right, so here we are, Gabriella. Hi, Gabriella. Thanks for joining me. Huma Assad, hi. How's it going? Happy for you quitting. Kate Chapada, oh girl, you just don't know. I was going through it. I was trying to pretend, and it just wasn't. I just couldn't pretend anymore. It was too much. Like I try to be positive, and that was the other thing. Like in my review, I don't know if I kept the review that she wrote. The review she wrote me was really nice, like really complimentary. And then she says one thing: "You're always so positive." It's like, yeah, you have to be to work with you. Like otherwise, I'd be in here crying every day. But I just feel like to make other. I'll just tell you, when I worked a place that I didn't really like, and I was having a hard time, what got me through it was people who were uplifting, who were positive, who laughed, who shared good jokes, who, just brought in things for people, donuts, or for my team, I brought in candles, Bath and Body Works candles for everybody on my team. Like I feel like just bringing in light and joy and appreciation and caring about people. I love that. How could you be a person who thinks about, oh, they're after my job, or oh, I need to craft this email so I can look good and they can look bad and lie all through? Like, I don't understand that behavior. Like, I don't get it. I don't. When I was managing a team of like 17 people, the last thing on my mind was, how can I get this person? You know what I mean? Like, I was trying to get people together and build and make things better and create things. I wasn't thinking of tearing people down. So I don't understand that mindset, that behavior, and I could never work for it. That's for sure. So, anywho, I will see you guys and ladies maybe tomorrow. Maybe. What is tomorrow? Ooh, Saturday. Doug has set up a nice little, it's a whole day of dating each other. So it's going to be the spa, it's going to be the casino, it's going to be like all the cute things that you do with your hubs or your spouse. You know what I mean? So, anyway, I will see you later and I'm going to go eat some dinner. Enjoy your weekend. All right.